Hey Libras, welcome to February 2018. So 3 cards have already popped out. All people, all people, Libra. 2018, as mentioned before, is all about relationships and just finding yourself within the partnership. So being one, but part of a whole. The first person to pop out is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is someone who's very focused on their power, has a little bit of a fiery temper, a little bit of some passion under their helmet there. And this person is something 3 related, so either born in the 3rd month, on the 3rd day. You know, you've been together for, there's some sort of 3 involving this person. It could be how long you guys have been together or how long you've known them. This person is really focused on finding their power and just kind of moving forward. They really want to move forward in life. It's nagging them. It's nagging them that they haven't grown, that they haven't grown up, they haven't reached this place of prominence, and it's kind of been like an annoying thing for them. It's been very nagging. And then the other 2 people, got some cards popping out. The other 2 people, we have the Queen of Pentacles and then the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has a lot of kids around them, like either loves kids, babysits, works with kids, or has had a lot of kids, maybe lost 1 or 2 children as well. This person definitely has a prowl, like they prowl. Like I don't know what that could mean. Either they, you know, they prowl, you know, they're kind of, when I think about, I forget, like a cheetah who is just in the jungle, just kind of hidden behind until it's their time to strike. So this person kind of does a lot of hidden behind and then will randomly attack. And it's like, you know, run for your life. But this person is surrounded by beautiful things, whether they have a beautiful garden or they love to garden. They could be a Taurus, you know, somebody with a green thumb. And this person you have a karmic debt with, okay? And I think that's why you're having some issues with them, because there is definitely some sort of karmic debt. The Queen of Wands is someone who's married, somebody who is more focused on work and more focused on getting their abundance. They actually have a lot to be abundant about, but they haven't owned it yet. They haven't fully owned it. I think they have a fear of fully owning their abundance. And you put them on a little bit of a pedestal, more so than the Queen of Pentacles. You put them, they're higher than the Queen of Pentacles when it comes to you. And like I said, I think I said, they have really great intuition, but still, there's still some issues that need to be ironed out, because whether you like to admit it or not, there's some distance going on between you guys. Some distance, some haze. And then Libra, the 2 cards that popped out that are face down are cards that you haven't acknowledged yet, okay? First card is another person, Knight of Pentacles, Knave of Pentacles, so even younger than this Knight of Pentacles, but same situation, you know, very focused on their power, very focused on their money, and their empowerment when it comes to how they attain their wealth and attain their money. They have a lot of people kind of telling them what to do, kind of giving them either thumbs up or thumbs down, and that's really what is always going through their mind, is kind of that need for approval, is kind of, you know, will this person disapprove or that person approve? And that's why they've been kind of entangled within this power struggle. And when I say power struggle, I mean when it comes to them moving forward in life, they're kind of a little bit at a standstill, as opposed to the Knight of Pentacles, where they want to move forward. Like they're on a horse, as opposed to the Knave, who is standing there, you know, just staring at their power. You know, this Knight of Pentacles actually wants to move forward, but they're annoyed because they can't. They're like, why can't I get ahead? The other card that popped up, Libra, was also face down. So somebody else that you haven't acknowledged, something else that you haven't acknowledged, is Temperance. This is now my 8th reading and the 8th time this card has popped out. So it seems to be the theme for February. Like I mentioned in another reading, I think the reason why Temperance is the theme for February is because February is the 2nd month, so it's all about partnership. It's all about that 2 energy. I don't know where you guys are from, but for us, February was such a depressing month because we're out in the cold. It was such a depressing month that the government actually enacted family day where it's like, you know what, have a stat holiday because it was such a depressing month. But that family day has forced people to kind of get back more of a focus on their relationships, more of a focus on where they're putting their time and not just focusing on their finances. So it is definitely time to recognize that you've kind of been at a little bit of a standstill right now, especially when it comes to these people. The Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Knave of Pentacles. You're not really making any forward movement when it comes to these people at all. You're just sort of just chilling there. The water's fine, you know, the water's great, but it really is causing that stir of echoes, I guess, that butterfly effect, causing that ripple, which will lead to happier times, which will lead to more positivity, more optimism. I know it feels really comfortable here, and you've kind of done a lot of work here, and you've cried about it, you've worked hard, you feel like this is where you're most comfortable. But at the end of the day, the water will go cold, and it'll get dark, and it is time to move toward the light, to keep moving forward. And that's what's going to really empower you, okay, Libra? That's what's really going to empower you, especially when it comes to home and family, because that is what's time. So the theme of this reading is another Knight of Wands, another young person, happy-go-lucky, also has a little bit of a fiery temperament, but they don't have as much of a mask on. They don't wear as much of a kind of like a, you know, you can see more of them. They're more open. And this person does work hard, but they don't need to because people take care of them. New power coming in, strength because of it, new work coming in, feeling very positive, feeling very supported, feeling like what you're creating right now is, you know, the perfect soulmate and the perfect place in your life to find that soulmate, to be happy with that soulmate, so you can finally give back and not be feeling so lonely within this partnership. And that full moon will bring that to surface. The full moon on January 31st is bringing up those childhood traumas that would have stemmed back from August 21st, 2017, that are all related to how we view an emotionally happy family and what we think is best when it comes to family. So that full moon is really going to bring those emotions to the surface, because the theme of this reading, Libra, like I said, this young fiery type sign, this young wands, new money, new power, strength, new work, positivity, support, and then using all of that. So using whatever you're gaining with this young Knight of Wands, that money, strength, energy, positivity, and support, using that to really create the person that you want, or that you want to be, when it comes to soulmate relationships and when it comes to your emotional power, to finally be able to give back where it's needed, and not be so lonely when it comes to this relationship. And the only reason why you're so lonely in this relationship is because the full moon is showing you childhood patterns and what it means to be an emotionally fulfilled, happy family. Okay, so Knight of Wands comes in, shows you all the dark side. You know, this person is probably already in your life because this is the theme of the reading. Comes in and really kind of like really just scorches the earth. So you have to be focused and you have to acknowledge what's going on in your life. So this person is in your life. They show you your power, your strength, your energy, your positivity, and your support, so that you can really create that soulmate relationship with yourself, for yourself, with somebody else, where it's based on a more emotional point of view. So balancing out the emotion and the air sign within the Libra, and then being able to finally give back where it's needed, where it's necessary, and not feeling so lonely within this partnership because of that full moon on the 31st, showing you what it's like to be emotionally fulfilled within a family. Okay, so that is the theme of the reading for Libra, February 2018. I'm gonna leave those out. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So, change, empowerment, making a change, knowing that you have to make a change, but knowing that once you make that change, Libra, make that decision to change, it's going to finalize something. It's going to have to end one thing in order for you to make this change, and it definitely affects your freedom. You've made some sort of Scout's honor, some sort of promise to someone or something that at the time it seemed balanced and fair, but now you're kind of like, wait, was it, or was it more to their side? Like, what was I actually trying to accomplish? And there was a lot of arrogance, there was a lot of pride, and there was a lot of ego attached to it. And because of that, it's created this open way, this doorway, and making this change and finalizing this decision to change will create opportunities. It'll be the key in order to move forward, okay? And it is the key to change, and it is the key to freedom, but it's not going to be easy because, as everybody knows, Libra is making a decision. Like, that is the hardest thing ever. The obstacle and the aid to making this decision, to finalizing something, is heartbreak involving three people or three situations that hasn't necessarily been talked about. So a lot of the times this could absolutely, a lot of times this is cheating. Whether that be cheating on your spouse or cheating on yourself. A lot of the times cheating yourself out of your happiness because of your spouse, being that martyr, or because of somebody else, and kind of making sacrifices that you don't want to make in order to make somebody else happy. That's cheating yourself out of your own happiness. So that is the obstacle and the aid to this decision that you have to make that will finalize something, okay? Libra, for February 2018. Subconsciously, you're really thinking about what you've grown so far, what you've invested in, and you've really internalized that. And I think that's where the heartbreak is coming from, because it's like you've put all your power on the inside, but to kind of, and you've also put it down subconsciously, but to just bring it to the surface, that's what making that decision will do. That's what making that change to finalizes one thing over the other will do. It'll bring your power to the surface, and it will show others that you can make proper decisions for yourself, and you can make a decision that will finalize things, because you are thinking that right now you're just giving way too much, giving out way too much, emotionally especially, and you can't pour from an empty cup. You're feeling like a big brother, you're feeling like you're watching over everybody, but then also providing for them and giving them beauty and support and love. But it's, people are like, more, and it's like, well, when does it come back, first of all? And how do I continue to give if I'm completely drained, right? If I haven't put up those boundaries. So something that would have just passed is you birthed something, you created something, you're nurturing something, you are what's the word I'm looking for? When you blow the dandelion and the seeds spread, that's what you're doing right now, and you're doing it in a very nurturing way. And that is another reason why it's so hard for you to make this decision to finalize things. But you right now, people are really admiring what you're creating. People are really admiring it, and so are you. So are you. You're like a shiny coin right now. You're all polished. You're all good to go. People are definitely seeing what you're creating. They're seeing what you're sculpting, and they appreciate it. And they kind of want to see your plans. They think that they know your plans, but you're kind of just going on a whim right now. Like, they think that they have your blueprint all mapped out on what you're doing, but you're like, no, I'm just I'm just getting creative. I'm just doing what I need to do. Family and friends have new feelings coming in, new emotions that are really pure and very, very deep. So that's lovely. You can really work with them in that aspect. And it probably is coming back to how much you've been giving them, whether you like it or not. They're able to kind of focus on their emotional stability because you're taking care of them emotionally so well. Hope and fear is this balance, is this power balance as well, especially within a relationship. And also, this card, I always see the dunce cap, like kind of like, whoa, what? Like, what am I doing? Where it's like, you feel kind of stupid about having to find this balance, but then you also kind of like being that airhead, kind of like you kind of like it a little bit, where it's like, well, if I don't know, then you have to kind of know for me or take care of me. You hope and you fear that. You hope for that power imbalance, but you also fear it as well. Probably because you're just getting your footing finally and people are actually starting to admire what you've created. Last card, Libra. Change is coming. I'm a Libra. I'm scared. I'm like, this entire reading, I've been like, how is this relating to my life? And I'm like, there is something about February, to be honest with you, that is just like, especially with this full moon, you have to reach out to me and let me know how it's working out, because for me, it has been such a crazy journey. Absolutely recognizing, you know, giving out a lot, like it's your responsibility, putting out a lot, pouring from an empty cup is the first step in recognizing that this change is coming. This change is here, and this change is going to knock us on our asses. This change is going to completely tear apart our ego, completely tear apart our confidence, and just kind of come crashing in, which is kind of what we need, which is kind of totally what we need, because like I said, we've grown a lot under the surface, we've invested a lot, and we have solid roots, and we need to test those roots now. And once that change comes in, Libra, we can take that leap of faith, because it's like, we were tested and we survived, so now let's just go for it. First step, like I said, is definitely to recognize overgiving a little bit, being big brother, kind of getting your finger in everybody's pie and just making sure that everybody's taken care of, especially Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Knave of Pentacles, all these people. You know, it's time to kind of let them go now. It's time to kind of let them be on their own. You've done what you could when it comes to trying to, oh, I'm just realizing what this is about now. You've done what you could when it comes to trying to save them, and now it's like, you know what? You've poured too much. It's time to just let the ego fall away and say, I can't do any more for them. The feelings already came in. They already admire you. So all you can do now, Libra, is to just live your best life. Lead by example. Take that leap. You're a cardinal sign. Take that risk. Take that leap. And that's how you will show the people that you care about that they can make changes, that they can take leaps, even though it may be incredibly painful. Okay? Reach out. Let me know what's going on. Let's talk. Libra to Libra. Figure out, you know, what this change could bring, what this change means. As I mentioned before, this full moon on January 31st, super blood, full moon, total eclipse. Childhood traumas, childhood issues, everything's getting brought to the surface to clear once and for all. Where are we repeating these patterns from our that are stemming from our childhood? It's time to dive deep, because 2018, it's a very, very potent and spiritual year where we can just dive deep into our souls and clear it, so that next year we can just manifest and create these amazing, amazing positive experiences in our lives. Okay. Thank you so much, Libra. Love you guys. I will see you guys March 2018. Bye, guys.